What if the most spiritually advanced person you've ever met never once told you they were spiritual? Stay with me. Because what the ancient mystics knew, and what modern psychology is only beginning to confirm, will completely change how you understand awakening forever. Here's the truth most people never discover. Real spiritual awakening doesn't announce itself. It doesn't post about its meditation streak. It doesn't correct your beliefs at dinner. And it certainly doesn't need your validation to know it's real. But why? What are awakened people protecting? And why does their silence carry more power than 1,000 motivational quotes ever could? By the end of this, you'll understand the 5 secrets they guard, and more importantly, why guarding them is itself the most profound spiritual act of all. Carl Jung warned that the most fragile achievements of the psyche are not the most dramatic ones. They are the most subtle. And nothing is more subtle or more fragile in its early stages than genuine inner peace. Here's what most people don't understand about awakened individuals. Their peace didn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It was built, slowly, through years of sitting with discomfort, dismantling false beliefs, losing relationships that no longer aligned, and choosing, again and again, the harder, quieter truth over the easier, louder lie. And they have learned something through that process that most people never will. Peace, like a flame, dies the moment you expose it carelessly to the wind. When an awakened person shares their inner state prematurely with someone who isn't ready to receive it, or worse, someone who is energetically chaotic, something happens. Jung called it psychic infection, the contamination of one psyche by another's unprocessed shadow. They don't share their peace not because they're selfish. They share it not because they are protecting something sacred from forces that would consume it without even meaning to. What comes next will make you rethink every spiritual conversation you've ever had. This is the one that will shock you, because everything we're told about spiritual people suggests they should be teachers, guides, missionaries of consciousness. But here's what Jung discovered, and what every truly awakened person learns the hard way. You cannot give someone an experience they haven't earned. Jung called this the problem of projection. When we try to awaken others before they are ready, we are not serving them. We are serving our own need to be seen as enlightened. We are projecting our journey onto their timeline, and in doing so, we rob them of the very struggle that would have produced their own transformation. Awakened people stay silent about their insights, not because they don't care. They stay silent because they care too much to cheat someone out of their own becoming. They have learned that a seed forced open is a seed destroyed, that the butterfly that doesn't struggle against the cocoon never develops the strength to fly. Their silence isn't indifference. It's the deepest form of respect for another soul's process. And here's where it gets fascinating, because the next secret is the one nobody ever sees coming. Stay with me here, because this is where the psychology gets absolutely extraordinary. The mystic tradition across every culture, Sufi, Taoist, Vedantic, contemplative Christian, arrives at the same paradox. The moment you put the deepest truths into words, you have already lost them, not diminished them, lost them. Jung understood this through what he called the transcendent function, the psyche's capacity to hold realities that rational language simply cannot contain. Awakened individuals have touched something in their inner life that operates beyond the architecture of ordinary speech. And they have learned, often through painful experience, that trying to describe it produces only one of 2 outcomes. Either the listener reduces it to something they already understand, and the truth becomes domesticated, small, safe, and dead. Or the speaker themselves, in the act of translating the untranslatable, loses contact with the living reality of the experience. This is why awakened people don't post their revelations. It's not humility as performance, it's the understanding that the map is not the territory, that speaking certain things aloud doesn't spread the light, it extinguishes it. What follows next is the secret that will completely redefine how you see power. Here's what Jung observed about the most psychologically individuated people he ever encountered. They had undergone what he called the withdrawal of projections, the process of reclaiming every fragment of identity they had outsourced to the external world, their worth, their sense of direction, their need for others to witness and confirm their reality. And what emerged on the other side of that withdrawal was something that cannot be understood from the outside, only experienced from within. Absolute self-sufficiency of the soul. Awakened people don't share their spiritual depth for the same reason the ocean doesn't explain itself to the rain. They have moved beyond the psychological economy of approval. They don't need you to believe in their experience for it to be real. They don't need a community to validate their path for it to be true. This is what Jung called psychological sovereignty. And here is the terrifying thing about it. Terrifying for a culture built entirely on external validation. Someone who has achieved it becomes completely unmovable, not because they're rigid, but because they're rooted in something no external force can reach. They've stopped performing their spirituality because they've stopped needing the performance to feel real. And that, according to Jung's lifetime of research, is the rarest human achievement of all. But the fifth secret, this is the one that will send chills down your spine. This is the secret beneath all the other secrets. The one that awakened individuals guard most carefully, not out of pride, not out of elitism, but out of a profound understanding of how the psyche actually works. Every time we articulate our inner world to someone else, we subtly reshape it. We begin to perform it. We begin to identify with the story of our transformation rather than the transformation itself. Jung called this the persona trap, the danger of becoming so attached to our public spiritual identity that we lose contact with the living, breathing, ever-changing reality beneath it. The most awakened people you will ever encounter share this one characteristic. They are more interested in being than in being seen as. They have learned that the moment you curate your spiritual life for an audience, even a loving one, you have traded the real thing for its reflection. And a reflection, no matter how beautiful, gives no warmth. So they protect their inner world the way a master craftsman protects work that isn't finished, not because it's flawed, but because it's alive, still growing, still becoming. And some things can only become what they're meant to be in the dark, in the quiet, away from every eye that would freeze them in place before they're ready. Jung said that the most complete human beings are those who have made the unconscious conscious, who have faced what was hidden and integrated it into a whole. The spiritually awakened have done precisely this, and in doing so, they have discovered something that cannot be taught, only lived. That the deepest spiritual truth is not a belief to be shared. It is a life to be embodied. Their silence is not absence. It is fullness. Their stillness is not passivity. It is mastery. And their refusal to perform their awakening for the world is not arrogance. It is the final, most complete proof that the awakening is real. Because the one who truly has the light doesn't need to tell you about it. You will simply feel it when they walk into the room. If this resonated with something deep in you, share it with someone who's on the path. Not to convince them of anything, but simply to remind them they're not alone.